Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right. In my life, it's never a wrong time over crime. To get what's yours and to get what's mine, come on. Coffee time, coffee time. In my life, coffee time, coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you serve it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on. Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right. In my life, it's never a wrong time over crime. To get what's yours and to get what's mine, come on. Coffee time, coffee time. In my life, coffee time, coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you serve it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.
And good morning, everybody, and to everybody, a good morning. How y'all doing? How did you sleep? Talk to me. Did you sleep okay? I had a late night last night. Went live last night. And I'm always doing something, and I'm doing something now. All right, let's see who's on. Do me a favor, if y'all don't mind. Would you invite somebody to share? Help a brother out. Once again, it helps the algorithms. Let folk know we on. We're going to be talking about the insanity of money and the necessity of need. The insanity of money and the necessity of need. So do me a favor. Will you share this to your page and invite somebody to join us? It's about to go down. I'm going to give you about a minute or so. Share this to your page if you don't mind. Please, ma'am, please, sir. Share this to your page. Invite somebody to share. Tell them coffee time is on. Give everybody about a couple of seconds. And we'll rock and roll. The insanity of money. Yeah. Invite somebody to share. When you get on, say something to me. Holler at your boy. Don't do me like that. Say good morning. What up, T? What it do? All the good stuff. Oh, Lord. Did I do that? Did I not? We about to find out. Just as I figured. Let me see what it is. Invite somebody to share. If you don't mind, invite somebody to share. Tell them coffee time is on. I'm ready to rock and roll now. Technology is so amazing to me. Let's see who's on. Chanel Bracy. I'm so used to calling you Chanel Wells Bracy on here. Uh, all right. I ready, boss. Michelle Byers, good morning. Good morning to you. The insanity of money. Almost kind of start there. Um, the scripture says that the love of money is the root of all evil. And I have heard or seen several posts on social media that I just think is outright ridiculous. They say if money is the root of all evil, how come the church asks for it? And the reason the church asks for it is you can't really do anything. You can't do anything without it. And if you try, it's not gonna work. You're gonna fail. They can't see you, but they can hear you. Um, so the insanity of money, it's kind of like, why do you need money? You need money because money is necessary for exchange. Currency is necessary for exchange of goods and services. We can't get anything done without money. I am having my car repaired, and when I go pick it up, they're gonna want that money. So, money is it's needed. It is a necessity. It's a form of exchange. But there's an insanity that comes with money if you're not careful. If you've not bridged the gap of discipline in other areas of your life, then when you get money, you will go ballistic. You'll go crazy. And I'm telling you what I know. I know people who won the lottery. I know people who have millions, conzillions of dollars, and they don't have their right mind because money doesn't make you crazy. What it does, it magnifies what's in you. And the more money a person have, if they don't have discipline, the more reckless they become. Oh, I got to do this. I've got to figure this out. I always mess this up. Okay, there we go. All right. So there's nothing wrong with having money. It's nothing wrong with being rich. It's not. It's nothing wrong with having a lot. It's nothing wrong with being plentiful. There's nothing wrong with it at all. However, you have to guard your heart with with money because money can extract or bring out what's in you. One of the reasons I believe that God works in phases, and He doesn't bless us with everything at once. Um, and one of the reasons I believe that is He is charting our path of discipline. He'll bless you with a little bit here, bless you with a little bit there. I really believe He's a loving Father. Um, I have a trust, and in that trust, if something was to happen to me, it's set up where my children would they'll get broke off, but they don't get everything at one time. I had him to spread it out. And the reason I had them to spread it out is I know when you get that kind of money in your hand, that everything that you've ever wanted, you'll probably try and go and get. And just to make sure that my grandkids partake in their grandfather's well, this thing is staged. They get so much here and there. They'll get a little bit more. And if they have kids, they'll get a little bit more. And then those kids, my grandkids, will have. Oh, yeah. I'm just not going to let their parents just take my money and spend it without thinking about my grandkids. You say, well, what if they don't have kids? Well, they either wait an extra amount of time before they can get some more. Well, the reason it's set up that way is a wise father, wise mother will not put more on them children than they can bear. And let me do something real quick. If you talk to people that have won the lottery, the majority of those people, and I mean the majority, they lose it just as quick as they gained it, because money can buy you anything, but it does not buy you discipline. Now watch this. So if you don't have discipline, then any amount of money that you get, you're going to run through it and possibly be in a situation of need again. Need is really good. There's the coffee machine. Sorry, y'all. Need is really good because what need does to us, believe it or not, need keeps you humble. Need keeps you in a place where you don't make dumb decisions. Need will also teach you patience. I was thinking about some business deals, and I was thinking about some situations with people. It's very difficult to work with someone who doesn't have need, because need requires you to develop some level of patience, some level of skill. Need requires you to, it's kind of like we don't go to work for fun. We go to work because of need. Now watch, we will go to a job that we don't particularly like. We're grateful to God for the job. If I could do something else, I would, that kind of stuff. We'll go to a job that we don't like. We will deal with people that we don't like. We'll commit to military, all types of occupations. We'll submit to those occupations, and we'll do all kind of stuff because there is a need. It's very few people in the world that join jobs for fun. There are some, but it's not a lot. We get jobs because of need. I'm going somewhere with this. I am. For those of you that have just hopped on, good morning. Thank you for sharing your a part of your morning with me. Do me a favor, say something to me just so I can know you're on. Just trying to show you some love. Uh, so so we'll go to a job we don't like. We'll deal with people we don't like. We'll deal with the pressures, the inconsistencies of the company. We'll deal with inequality. We deal with all that stuff, and we deal with it every day because the need outweighs the trouble we have to go through. And that need is so strong and it's so heavy until we'll be willing to, you know, for lack of a better word, we'll deal with it because the need is great. We got to pay that mortgage. We have to pay that. We have to pay that. Got to pay that rent. Got to pay that car note. Got to pay that cell phone bill. You know, and need does that to us. So while you're dealing with maybe a boss that doesn't like you, that have overlooked you, treated you unfair, maybe you're dealing with racism, maybe you're dealing with colorism, shapeism, that's a thing. Uh, you're dealing with a whole lot of things, but the reason you're dealing with it is because there's a need. It's the bottom line. It's a need. And while you are working yourself through um, what you have to go through to deal with unlikable people, humility is being born in you because you're having to bite your tongue. You know, if you say what you feel, they'll write you up, 3 write-ups, you're fired, and it defeats the purpose. So you've practiced holding your tongue. You practice being the work on time. You've practiced going and coming. You know how long it takes you to get to work. Even if you're working from home, you know how long it's going to take you to set up. Well, these, believe it or not, these are what I call subtle disciplines that you're gaining that are teaching you some things that you're not necessarily consciously recording. Jesus, I'm out of coffee already. When we consciously record something, it's I'm intentional, I'm aware, and I am writing it down, keeping a note. I'm in this moment. Most times when it comes to our job or when it comes to what we do on an everyday basis, we're not totally conscious because we're in cruise control. We do it now systematically. You get out of bed, you know how long it's going to take you to get dressed, how long it's going to take you to do your makeup. From what I've seen, the majority of the women, you don't get up enough time to do the makeup. You do your makeup while you're driving. Put all our lives in danger so you can put on that foundation. So these habits that you're executing on a day-to-day basis are teaching you and causing you to put certain practices in order. You are executing certain things. You're very systematic in what you do. You know, even at lunchtime, because I'm told that they no longer give you an hour for lunch. You get 30 minutes. Lord, Jesus the Christ. So if you get 30 minutes where you used to get an hour and now you get 30 minutes, you know how to calculate just how long it takes you to get wherever you're going. If you're going to a sandwich shop, if you got to run across town, You have an idea of how long. Then you're factoring in the time, what's going on, the traffic. There are all kind of things, believe it or not, that you're working in your mind that you're not totally conscious of. You do it because it's automatic for you because you know what you got to get done. And believe it or not, it's through these things. The reason we're able to calculate and do what we're able to do is because there's a need. Need causes you to execute in ways you would not execute. Let me tell you something. When the need is great, you pray like you've never prayed before. Now, I'm talking about the appreciation of need. You pray like you never prayed before. It's nothing like a prayer when you're in need. Pretty Black, good morning. Hopefully you and your family are okay. You all should visit the church. You really should. Just visit. Who knows what God may be trying to do. Need causes you to be creative. You know, you work a job, but they don't pay you enough. And you know you need more money because you got more bills than you have income. It'll make you be creative. It'll make you come up with stuff that you didn't know you could do. Need will cause you to execute in a way and pull something out of you that you didn't even know was there. Need does that. So there's an appreciation that we should have of need, and that appreciation of need, it doesn't feel good to be in need, but need makes you humble. I'm going to tell you something. If the need gets great, you'll go to asking people that you never would have asked. Oh, yes, you will. When I hear people say what they won't do, I just say that's just because the need's not great enough to you. That's all. But if the need is great enough, you'll do what you said you wouldn't do. I know what I'm talking about now. If you're not careful, need can be a bully. Need can be a bully because it can make you do things against your will. You need not think that in the strip club that those girls are doing that because all their life they just wanted to be a stripper. That's all they want to do. Take the clothes off and shake the tail feather. I can guarantee you a great majority of those girls are doing it because they have to. Need push them. And then from what I'm told, a lot of them, they can't do that sober. The job is so taxing. The job is so degrading until it causes them to step outside of who they desire to be and become something else. And in order to do that, they're either high or drunk or both. And it's because of need. Need to make you do something strange for some change. Drop it to the floor. She hit the floor. Nothing you know. Shoulder got lower, 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 lower. Real talk. Need to make you entertain people that you know you have no business entertaining. So there is a great appreciation we should have for need because, believe it or not, need creates a level of humility, and it's through that humility that God is able to mold the heart, and need literally becomes the breadcrumbs for many of us to get back to God. You wouldn't be studying God if you ain't have a need. If you had Tyler Perry, Bill Gates, or Oprah Winfrey money, who knows what you would become? I'm looking at this. I think it's Jeffrey Epstein. I'm looking at this Netflix documentary of what a terrible guy he was. He was a horrible guy. He slept with a lot of young girls. He would lure these girls were 14, 15, 16. And he would give them, he'd tell the girls, hey, I'll give you $200-300 if you give you $200-300 if you bring another girl. And he created a sex triangle with young girls by giving them $200-300. He used his money and his power and who he was to take advantage of innocent women. He's a terrible guy. I'm not through the documentary, but I remember watching the documentary saying to myself, really judging myself, because I said, I'm so glad he dead. Look at all these lies he done messed up. Then I went to ask myself, now, is that the right answer? I believe it is. I really believe it is. I believe people like that need to be put down. When a dog goes wrong, goes rogue, we put him to sleep. I believe we ought to do the same thing with people. In this life, some things won't be rehabilitated. And depending on the nature of the crime, I think we need to put them down. And I remember thinking that about him and then saying to myself, Lord, is this your view of, people that's gone rogue, gone bad? And it's all because he didn't have a need. I'm going to drive my point in a sec. He didn't have a need, and because he did not have a need, all of his needs were met. He had the power and ability to be whoever he wanted to be. And in him being whoever he wanted to be, he was able to satisfy the yearning of his own carnality, get whatever he want, and he never considered the damage that he was doing to those girls' lives. Never considered it. And the reason he didn't consider it, he didn't have to. Well, why didn't he have to? He didn't have to because he didn't have need. And when you don't have need, you are less considerate. So oftentimes, more often than not, God will allow us time in need so that he can perfect things in us and make us look like him. You pray more when you're in need. You pray more sincerely when you're in need. There's almost this desperation, this purity. You stay out of stuff when you're in need, because you don't want to mess your blessings up. So my point is, need is necessary. Need keeps us looking up. And I believe that God will allow need to linger in your life until the point where your heart is bent towards him. Now, it's not necessarily financial needs. Sometimes it's healing. That's a need, Sometimes it's companionship. Sometimes it's business. You got to plow a long time sometimes to get, they tell you when you go in business, don't expect to make profit. It used to be 2 to 3 years. Now it's 4 to 5 years. Don't expect to make profit. If you make profit before 4 or 5 years, you're doing a real good job. So wherever the need is, that need becomes a tool to teach us discipline. And it's in the disciplinary learning that we acquire maturity, and excellence. So money will make you feel like you're bigger than what you are. Money makes you less tolerant of people. You don't have to have patience when you have money because you can buy whatever you want. Money can push you into a world and a society and a psyche in your own mind where the only person is satisfied is you. Money can give you power. It can give you influence. It can. And if you're not careful, money can change your heart. Because money will expose the wickedness in your nature and cause you to open up your heart. There are a whole lot of people. The only reason they are decent humans is because they were in need a long time. So when they finally got money, they had so much discipline until the things that they wanted to do before the need occurred, they no longer want because they developed a discipline that has pulled them away from doing those things. What keep a lot of muggers, robbers, haters off the street? They need to go to work. So you can't allow money to change who you are. Hey, that's coffee time this morning. That's all the time I have. I so appreciate you for spending your morning with me. You're born to win, predestined to succeed. There's nothing that can happen to you today that the wisdom inside of you can't handle. You got to calm down, slow down. Know when to be quiet, know when to talk. Practice emotional discipline, emotional intelligence, and let wisdom speak. When wisdom speak, you will always win. You all go have a great day. Be productive. Remember to think higher, speak life, seek wisdom, and stay strong. Enjoy your day, y'all. Love y'all much. Thank you for spending your morning with me. It's appreciated.
Coffee time, coffee time. Yeah, this ain't your average cup of joe. Listen, I need it in the morning, I need it at night. He always keeps it brewing, he always keeps it tight. Just a little sip, it'll get you right. Terrence Pickett always be the one that gets the coffee right. The coffee's right, the coffee's right. In my life, it's never a wrong time over crime to get what's yours and to get what's mine. Come on. Coffee time, coffee time. In my life, coffee time, coffee time. Feels so right. I need a little sugar, put it in my cup. Can you serve it, Terrence? Let me know what's up. And at the end of the show, you can brew another pot. Just make sure you make it hot. Come on.